Recording.
Awesome. So I'm going to mute everybody, and then you can unmute yourself once I introduce you, big guy. All right. Everyone's muted. Hi, everyone. Sorry you can't see my face. My hair right now, because I've been on bed rest, it's like, and short, because I cut it. It's just embarrassing. I can't show you what I look like. I know that this is real life, but it's a little too real for me. I'm on the couch and my hair looks like I stuck myself in a, what are those, electric sockets? So anyways, and I have no makeup on. I want to be presentable. So that's a cute picture of me, as you can see, when I used to have hair. But thank you for joining us. I am super excited. I love these midweek Wisdom Wednesdays because we get a dose of plugging in to the tools that we need to build this, and also to hear from some amazing leaders sometimes, like we're going to be able to hear tonight, and also just to see and check in with everyone. What I've loved about this business is that we are a tribe. We are a team of people that link arms together, and we may have never met each other if it was not for this business. It is a beautiful thing. And some of my favorite people that I've met are in this business with me, and it's super inspiring. So let me give you a couple announcements. Sorry, it's real life, so I might, no watching anything. My poor son, he's sick, so he's been watching movies all day, and I had to pull the plug. But real life, guys, real life. A couple announcements. LVA coming up. Find one near you for sure. I know ours is over here in Honolulu. I know Canada has a really great thing coming up at the end of the month, which is like a mini elite academy. I got to speak at that last year, and I'm sure the numbers have probably doubled. Canada is on fire. Also, there's a lot of great tools. I know a lot of you are in the Elite Board Club and running, and I'm so excited to get all your texts and hear all the great things. Remember, we are focusing on the behavior, not the results. So some of you may be getting results and signing people up. Some of you may not, but just focus on the behavior because the results will come. That is for sure. But I know that there was a great call that Pro 5 Allison Parnes did with Sheridan, who's a Pro 6. They're both veterinarians on the East Coast. That is on a lot of the WhatsApp feeds. That was a great launch call last night, and great to share with your friends, especially if they're people that are skeptical on the product, And then also I did a webinar yesterday. I'm still waiting for that recording. My computer is just not as tech savvy as other people. I'm not either, but I'm still trying to get that recording. Just great tools that you can plug people into to get the information as one of the touches. Remember, it usually takes more than one touch. It usually takes about 5 touches for people to actually decide to do this. Think about where you were at when you signed up. It usually isn't something that happens with the first touch. So remember that. Now I want to introduce you to Steve Cochran. Gosh, I could say so many things about this guy. I'll keep it short because I know our time is of essence. But Steve, when he came on board, I just, some people you just go, whoa, this guy, I could see this guy on stage. I could see this guy changing thousands of people's lives. He looks at you when he talks to you. You have eye contact. He's listening to you. And I think that's such an important part of this business, is just listening and finding where people, what people want and what they need. And so a little bit about him, he's a father. He loves to be outside. He's an outdoorsman. That's his thing. And he started this business so that he could have more time doing that and less time building a business for somebody else. Everywhere he goes, he's successful at what he does, but he's wants to work for himself, and he wants to have that time freedom that we all talk about and we all want. So without further ado, I'm going to unmute you, Mr. Steve Cochran. Thank you so much for doing this today, and wanted to also say that I'm just grateful to be on this journey with you. It's an honor. I'm going to mute myself, but thank you so much for taking the time. All right, thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Daisy. You guys, I'm stoked to have you guys all on here, and I'm admittedly a bit nervous, but it's not because I'm talking to people. I'm used to talking to people. Here's what I'm nervous about, you guys. I want to make sure that I'm bringing something for you guys that's going to take you to the next level tonight. Thought about it. I've wrapped my head around it. You know, I'm one of those 60-hour-a-week guys working for somebody else's dream. Drives me nuts, but it gives me a lot of time on the road, and I spend a lot of time really just going, you know, I want to bring my best from what I've gained to you guys. And most of what I've gained has been out of my own frustration, my own experience. So what I'm sharing to you guys tonight is not really me telling you what to do. I'm telling me what to do. And I'm hoping that maybe you guys will have a similar experience. You know, I call this the soapbox in the mirror. You know, I'm preaching and it's bouncing right back at me. So stoked to have you guys on. And tonight we're gonna keep it simple. And that's actually the title of the theme tonight, is keep it simple. You know, I know I've been around this organization and around our business and LifeVantage for a couple of years now. And I have been extremely impressed with the quality of our company. I've been extremely impressed with the quality of the people. Some of you, I'm looking around the screen here, some of you I know personally, and I've been blessed by everybody I know personally on this call or on this Zoom, and I can't wait to meet the rest of you, because if you're a part of LifeVantage, you're quality people. And also, if you're part of LifeVantage, you're part of my family. So looking forward to meeting the rest of my family in person. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump into it. The concept to keep it simple, I'm going to put the hat back on so I can kind of block off the blinding light from my horrible camera on this computer. How many of you guys have either yourself, and you know, most of you I can't actually see you, so I'm just going to have to guess you're raising your hand. Have either yourself or had people in your group or know other people in your area who have had some brand new thing that comes out? They're trying something brand new and it's working amazing. And so instantly everything you're doing in your business or everything somebody else is doing in their business just stops. And you go, well, that person's having success and I'm not having success, so I'm going to go learn what that person is doing. You go and you learn what that person is doing, and you try to wrap your head around it, and you try it a little bit, you meet some rejection, and then all of a sudden you hear over here, oh, there's somebody over here who's trying something brand new, and they're having great success. So you go, okay, I'm going to shift focus. And you spend all this time learning, and you've got, okay, so now I'm going to do this all on Facebook. I'm just going to do just Facebook. I'm just going to go blow it up. Okay, I'm all going to do just cold contacts, just people in the medical field. And then, you know, you try to learn how to do that. And then you hear over here, oh, well, just veterinarians. Oh, okay. Just single moms. Okay. You know, and everybody gets so focused trying to find that thing that's going to make this easy. And the thing is it's not easy, you guys, but that's a good thing. It's simple, but if it was easy, you wouldn't have to grow. You wouldn't have to become more than who you were when LifeVantage found you. And one of the things that I love about not just LifeVantage, but also the network marketing community is this is one of the rare forums in our world that takes people from where they're at, surrounds them with positive people, and says, let's get better together. So embrace the fact that it's not easy, because if it was easy, you wouldn't have to become a better you. So here's what I'm going to say, just again, to keep it simple. And we're going to be short tonight, because simple is short. As far as what you need to do in this business, yes, there are perfected ways or better ways than others. But a perfected plan, an imperfect plan that is actually acted on is exponentially better than a perfected plan that is just planned. You've got to have some, you got to have some activity in your business. You don't want to sit there learning about how to do something when you could probably learn better by going out and making your own mistakes and going, what did I do here? And being graceful enough and gracious enough with yourself to go, okay, I'm going to make some mistakes, and that's okay. And I'm going to learn some stuff along the way, and it's not going to be perfect, and it's probably going to take me a while, but that's okay, because I'm going to get better. So I want to talk about what we're going to do, why we're going to do it, how we're going to do it. The why we're going to do it, we're actually going to start with that first. Without your why, this is a fun project, sometimes a challenging project, but without a why, when you hit that when you hit that wall of frustration where you're getting 5 or 6 people who say in a row, oh, that's a scam, or, oh, I've seen things like that before, when they really haven't, because who's really seen something with 23 medical studies outside of the company that's changing people's lives left and right? But if you don't have a why that's driving you, that's really getting into your heart, you wake up every morning just hurting because you don't have that, it's going to be harder to push through those tough times. So first off, we're going to connect to our why, and that's different for everybody. And like Eric Worre talks about, your why comes down to this. Number one, what is your experience? What's your experience in your history? Okay. What's your background? What didn't you like about that fact, about that part of your life? Okay. Number 3, what have you found? Okay. Number 4, how do you feel about the future? So I'm going to walk you guys through mine so you can kind of connect to how that works. Okay. So my why, my background. My background is in business. I have spent my entire life either working for somebody else's dream, managing somebody else's business, or even owning my own business. And in every single aspect there, I found either I was too tight on time or I was too tight on money. And it was really frustrating. When I found what I'm telling you about, I had spent 9 months in the middle of the ocean away from my family, hadn't seen my kids, because it was the only way to provide for keeping food on the table. It was the only thing I had at that moment, but I did what I needed to do. Okay. That was frustrating because I wanted to spend time with my family. I didn't want to work 14 hours a day and beat my body into the ground. I was 33 and I felt like I was 60. Okay. And then I was introduced to something that not only helped me with my health significantly, like made some drastic effects in my health, but also made me a better career individual and gave me a hope for the fact that I could actually have residual income. And when I put a little bit of work in, I started getting checks in the mail. That was 2 years ago. I've had a lot of stuff change in my life, but the one thing that hasn't changed is the 15th every month I get money in the mail. And that's exciting because I don't have to have a record deal or a book deal or any other kind of residual income to get that mailbox money. So what I'm really excited about is I'm a dad, and I get to be a dad as my primary focus once I'm done putting in some effort here. And that's what I'm excited about. So that right there, background, what you didn't like, what you found, how you feel about the future, should fit in 2 minutes. There's your why. Your what. Okay. Your what and your how. What we're doing is we are building a LifeVantage business. And how we are doing it, there are people all over the place that say how you're going to build your business. But the cool thing about LifeVantage that I've not found with other companies I've either worked for in the traditional sector, like retail, or my current career, really no training, just kind of, here you go out in the world and have fun. You'll figure it out eventually, hopefully. Good luck. We don't have that in LifeVantage. If you guys haven't checked it out already, in the back office of your LifeVantage business account on the website, there is a little button there that says training. If you click on that training, it'll log you into a bunch of training videos that will take you step by step into what you need to do to build this business. And it's pretty exciting because they keep it simple. It's everything you need to do. Okay. I'm in the landscaping world. I can take a 17-year-old kid and go, okay, this is how you start the lawnmower. Okay. Now that you know how to start the lawnmower, you know how to start the blower. You know how to start the edger. Okay. You know how to start the trimmer. Okay, now, here's the best practice for doing the mowing in an even, efficient pattern. Okay, now, here is the best time to do the edging. You want to do the edging after the cutting, but before the blowing, so you get everything back in and it looks nice and crisp, okay? You guys don't really need to know landscape, but what I'm saying is LifeVantage has done the same thing for you. They've taken you step by step in those videos in the back end and showed you how to build your business. So here's what I want to encourage you guys to do. This isn't a buying club. This isn't a fun hobby. I mean, for some people it is a fun hobby, but for those of you who have a deep aching why that wakes you up with a little bit of anger in the morning, this is a business. Schedule time for your business. And one of the first things I'd suggest you do is plug in to the training that LifeVantage has offered you. You guys are already doing a great step right here by getting around people, jumping on Zoom, talking to people, asking questions. We're going to have a little Q&A here at the end for me or Daisy or Brian or anybody else who wants to add answers, because that's the cool thing. If I don't know something, maybe Paula knows something that I don't. Matter of fact, I'll guarantee you Paula knows something I don't. Polly Grace knows something I don't. You know, Brian knows something I don't. We're a community of people coming together to grow together. So that's another beautiful thing about LifeVantage. Anyway, so connect to your why, plug into the information that LifeVantage has provided you, and then go to work. Every day you should be doing volume producing activity in your business, whether that is adding to your database and contacting somebody, okay? Whether that is actually doing a presentation, you know, doing a launch call, doing a presentation, plugging somebody into a Zoom, sending out an email to an old friend to reconnect, make it a bunch of phone calls, okay? So it's just this process of doing something. I'll tell you, you know, there have been multiple times in my business where I just really haven't felt like doing anything. I haven't felt motivated at all. And I keep on waiting for that motivation to actually go out and do something. And I've found that I've had it backwards, because motivation doesn't produce action. It's the other way around. Action produces motivation. When you're doing something to build your business every day, you're going to find you're going to wake up fired up instead of angry. I used to be an angry dad, waking up every day going, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. Now I wake up a dad on fire. And the reason I'm a dad on fire is because I've got a tool to move myself towards what I want. So plug into the information on the back end of your website and then go to work. So that's just keeping it simple. You're going to learn ways that fit your personality, because this is your business. LifeVantage is giving you a structure to make it your own, or to give you the support, and then you go out and through practice you make it your own. So don't get hung up on what other people are doing to be successful. Go through the basics and then move forward. Okay, so something else I'm going to talk about, and this is going to be, let's see here, how are we doing on time here? Okay, 8:20. I'm going to spend no more than 3 minutes on this. How many of you that have your video on have heard of the 5-10-3 way of building your business? 5 distributors, 10 customers, 3 levels deep. Okay? This is something we've been talking about. Brian, I see your grinning face, man. It's good to see you. All right. So I took the liberty of drawing it out here, and hopefully my camera's good enough that you guys can see this. Can you guys see that? Give me a thumbs up or a... Okay, cool. Carrie Hilsley, what's up, Chica? Okay, so here's the concept. You've got 5 distributors and 10 customers, okay? And then you're going to teach your 5 distributors how to get 5 distributors and 10 customers. You're going to teach them 5 distributors, 10 customers, 5 distributors, 10 customers. You just go 3 levels deep, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of spell it out here. Here you are with your 5 distributors and your 10 customers. Now let's say for the customers, all of our customers, for sake of math, are Activated Essentials customers, okay? I use the Activated Essentials every day. And here's the analogy I use to help other people understand why Activated Essentials is so huge. Number 1, you got NRF2, which is like having a tiny mechanic under the hood of your car, constantly fixing all the damage, okay? I've got my NRF1, which is like a supercharger, putting, you know, a bolt-on turbo and a, you know, just supercharging, getting the most out of my engine. And then I've got the Pro Bio, which is like a fuel additive that makes the fuel burn cleaner and helps me get all of the potential energy out of that fuel. I might slightly be a car guy, but that analogy works for me, okay? So Activated Essentials, let's say we've got our 10 customers are on Activated Essentials, which is 100 PV, right? Okay, and because we're all business owners, we all do a 200 PV circle, right? Right, okay. If you've got your Activated Essentials, you're already doing 100 right there. If you're using True Science, a little bit of physique, you guys are already at 200. I'll say back before we had all these awesome things, we just had NRF2, which was awesome as it was. My first month, just from getting out there and exposing this to people, my PV was about $500 or 500 PV, because people were saying, oh, you know, Steve's kind of pushy, because I was super unpolished when I started this. Still kind of super unpolished, but oh well. I would just blow people up with information. They're like, there's no way I could do what Steve's doing, but I want that product. At a 500 PV circle. So you guys are going to hit that 200 just by going through volume producing activity every day in your business. Okay. So we got 100 PV per customer, and they get 10 customers. So that's 1,000 PV. Okay. Now you've got your own, which is 200. Okay. You've also got your 5 distributors, and each of them is at 200, correct? So every node in this diagram is worth 2,200 PV, okay? So we're gonna start at the bottom because it's easier to do math down there. We've got our 3 levels here under you, okay? Because you are doing 5, 10, 3 levels deep, right? Right, of course you are. So right here, this is 2,200 PV right here. This person's almost a pro too. That's pretty good. They can do that in their first week, okay? They can do that in the first day. They can do that in the first month. You can do that in your first 4 months. It doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as you're doing a little bit of activity every day. So that's 2,200, okay? Now this distributor up here has not 2,200, but they've got 5 distributors at 2,200. This person's got 11,000 PV in their business, and it's evenly distributed out over 5 legs. Guess what that person is? That person's a Pro 4. Cool. How excited are they for the 15th every month? Get that $1,200 check coming in the mail, okay? And so let's move it up one more, let's move one more level up, okay? Your personal sponsors. Not only does this person have 11,000 PV, but all 4 of these other people have 11,000 PV. Well, 11,000 times 5 is 55,000, right? Guess what? Each one of your personal enrolled 5 distributors is a Pro 6. That's pretty cool. That's extremely cool. What does that make you? Well, 55,000 times 5. I wrote this down earlier because I'm horrible at math. Somebody help me out. I think Kathy's mouthing what it is over there. I wrote it down. 55,000 times 5, 275,000 PV. Well, look at you, you Pro 8. 275,000. How happy are you for the 15th? 15th every month, you're pulling down 20K on average. Money is money. Here's what's exciting about that for me. 20K? Guess who doesn't have to go to work tomorrow? Guess who gets to be a stay-at-home daddy? Guess who got to be a stay-at-home daddy halfway through that process? This is only excited when it's connected to your why. Oh, it's exciting even when it's not connected to your why. But that's pretty cool, you guys. 5, 10, 3, we've got a scaffold to build, to build from. And 275,000, that's an elephant size, you know, elephant size volume right there. Well, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. And the menu is in your back office in that training button. And all you got to do is take a bite every day. And we're going to keep it simple, you guys. Every one of you has a different why. I can't wait to find out how you're living yours. I'm going to open it up. Have any questions, just go ahead and unmute yourself. Either myself or Brian or Daisy or somebody will answer.
Wow. Jeez. Whoa. I'm getting text messages from people like, who is this guy? Holy smokes. So, wow. You know what I love about half of the presentation that you did for us is that you taught the proven plan in 3 or 4 minutes. It's like, why are you doing this and how are you going to get there? You know, so you should do these calls more often. I think that it's really powerful. Thank you. I know. I'm waiting for you to walk across that stage as an Elite Pro 7 because you're there. I mean, the stuff, your ability to teach and train and lead is there. So it's only a matter of time, dude. Only a matter of time. But I'll see if anyone else has any questions. I'll mute myself, and then this thing will end in about 3 minutes. So I'm going to mute myself if anyone has any questions. You just go to the bottom left of your screen and hit the unmute button.
Hey, Steve. I really like when people lay out so that new people can see, what do I got to do? You know, it sounds so big to jump to all these levels, but if you break it down and you really think about, like, write it on your mirror. How many people do I need to help to get me to whatever level you want to get to next? You know, it's just thinking, it's the simple thing like that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Good to see you.
You too. Here's what I really think is cool about that. I think you really hit on something there, Carrie. It's a matter of helping people. We're not doing this for ourselves. We're helping people. In that 3-layer deep model, you've got 5 people that are making about $5,000 a month. How much has that changed their families' lives? You've got 25 people that are making an extra $1,200 a month. Okay? That's huge right there. You've got another 125 people that are making about $200 a month. You changed a whole bunch of lives right there. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and when you say, oh, look at you, Pro 8, I don't think of me as Pro 8. I think of all of those people like Miss Daisy that are underneath of you that you have tremendously changed because of one yes and a commitment every day. Yep. It's just, it's nuts.
Well, and that's what you said that was so powerful, and we should probably end on this because this thing's going to cut off in a minute. But to say that you're eating an elephant, but you're taking one bite a day, and I became a vegetarian after watching that movie, What the Health, but taking a bite of this every day, opening your little business doors every day, doing something for LifeVantage every day, and you'll see it gets easier. It becomes part of your life. And then the paycheck gets bigger and bigger. It's just, that's exactly what happens. So thank you, Steve. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you. I'm so glad you recorded that. So just post that when you figure out how to get it up. And I'm grateful that everyone jumped on. Thank you so much. And have an amazing week, you guys.
Thank you.
Take care. Much love.
Bye.
Bye.